We all know that Magnus Carlsen is known for being late to games. But some of these instances are so bad that they completely shocked the chess world. Starting from the least offensive, we have the 2015 Norway Chess event. Here, Magnus was late. So late that he missed the announcement that there would be no extra time given after move 60. And when he finally had the game under wraps, the timer ran out. The judge then arrived to tell Magnus that he already lost. Look at that face. He is completely confused about what is happening.
What are the rules? You're sure they're not getting any extra time after move 60?
No, I think it's just a 30-second increment.
Because they just made move 60, so it would be.
But nothing happened on the clock, so...
Did he lose on time? Did he think he was getting extra time? There's something on the camera. What is going on?
Probably he didn't know that there was no extra time. Oh, Jesus.
This next moment is even crazier. In the 2024 World Blitz Championship, Magnus was set to play against Michael Betzold. Mind you, this is a 3-minute match and the judge had just started the game. Where is Magnus? He is just fast walking to his game, not even running. Eventually he arrives 72 seconds late, but that doesn't do it justice enough. So here is a time lapse of the opponent just waiting. Magnus is finally here and you would expect him to immediately start playing, but no. He first fixes up his pieces, losing even more time. As the game plays out, Magnus slowly builds a winning position. After Michael moves the passed pawn forward, Magnus places the rook here and forces the opponent into a very tough spot. He will either have to give up the pawn or exchange and then give up the pawn anyway. Both options are losing, so the opponent forfeits. How Magnus won that game is really beyond me. However, if you know Magnus, you know that this is not his worst defense. In the 2024 World Rapid Championship, he arrived 2 minutes late, shook his opponent's hand, took a sip of his coffee, and then wasted even more time fixing up the pieces. They were in the right spot, but he just wanted them centered. So I guess he needed a little more time. This almost went terribly for Magnus, because in this game he made a huge blunder. When White moved the knight to threaten the rook, Magnus pushed the piece back and the evaluation shot right up. Look at Magnus's face. He knows he's in a losing position, but White has to find the correct move. And Daniel actually finds it. Queen takes pawn h5. Then Magnus immediately threatens the rook with his queen. Here you need a bit of context. Both players have around 30 seconds, which is more than enough time to decide the game. But if Magnus had only focused on defense, he would have probably lost. So he went for the attack, hoping the young opponent would make a mistake, and the plan works. Daniel should have played rook to f2, which is not an easy move to find with only 30 seconds on the clock. Instead, Daniel chooses the most logical option, king g1, throwing away his winning chances. Because after Magnus takes the pawn, the white king is completely cornered. Daniel starts panicking. He thinks he is losing, or at the very least cannot find the right move. So he takes the easy way out and draws the game using the threefold repetition rule. Once again, Magnus went unpunished for his late appearance. But this next game left everyone shocked at what the opponent did. Magnus was literally running to make it in time, because not only was he late, he almost didn't get the chance to play at all. In a World Blitz tournament, Magnus was set to play against Vladislav Kovalev. Vladislav wanted to wait, but the judge had to start the game. After 2 minutes and 30 seconds, Magnus finally arrived to play in the 3-minute match. That meant Magnus now had only 30 seconds to play against a grandmaster. Vladislav knew he had the advantage, so he did something remarkable. He actually waited. A few moves into the opening, Vladislav just started thinking and burning through his extra time. Normally grandmasters don't struggle in the opening. he was simply waiting. Not because he was considering every possible move, but because he wanted this to be a fair match. In the end, Magnus slowly started winning. He managed to get the two passed pawns ready to promote, and Vladislav's own rook was stuck ahead of the passed pawn, which is not where you want to be. So he resigned, showing great sportsmanship once more. Finally, we arrive at this last game, which had everyone puzzled because of how extraordinary the story is. In 2024, Magnus was playing in the Chess Olympiad, a team event where every win matters. So you can imagine the panic when Magnus Carlsen didn't show up. The teams start their games, but Magnus is nowhere to be seen. Even his opponent loses hope and leaves the seat. Where is Magnus? Apparently, he was biking to the event. This is a serious competition, but because he missed the team bus and couldn't find a taxi, he arrived 11 minutes late, just 4 minutes away from disqualification. What's funny is that he sat down and checked the board to see who he was playing. To make things worse for the opponent, Magnus wins the game with 11 minutes to spare, showing everyone why the late chess gambit is actually really scary. These are the hilarious stories of Magnus being completely unpredictable. But what if someone gave Magnus a taste of his own medicine? That is exactly what Report did in a 2024 Rapid tournament. Magnus started the game with e4 and then stared at the other boards for about 2 minutes. Finally, Report arrives, but he first gets himself a bottle of water. Then he sits down, opens the bottle, takes a drink, adjusts his pieces, and then finally plays his move. The funniest part of all? Report actually wins the game. We even get a Nepo reaction to close things out. So, to win at chess, all you have to do is train hard, learn your openings, be late, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel for more chess videos. Bye for now!